Well, what's up, YouTube? So I hopped on Napoleon Total War today, and I met my friend Paco, who's on my friends list. You can look him up. He's pretty good at Napoleon Total War. So we're in an alliance, and we had some German guy, I don't remember his name, and unfortunately it doesn't tell you their names on the replay, and then in the loading screen when it should have, is a historical matchup. So yeah, it was a historical matchup, so it showed the actual names, like let me show you the Duke of Wellington here. So there's the Duke of Wellington, looking pretty awesome. So I controlled the Napoleon portion of the army. So that would be 2 Fusiliers, 1 Chasseur unit, a Grenadier of the line, and 2 Old Guard. These troops are absolute beasts. And then I've got 2 cavalry units. One is a carabiner and dragoons. So I'm definitely going to give you guys a lot of close-ups. So I'm going to show a little bit of their side because I don't get my action started yet. So he said attack fast. So here's what he meant. He meant to basically do what I like to do, blitzkrieg. Got a 1 vs 1 battle. I'm going to film after this, so you'll probably see that later in the week. So I definitely, you know, after playing Empire and the slower reload times, I mean, this just seems so much more epic right now. I mean, I like Empire. It's a great game, and I love my campaigns I'm doing on it right now. But multiplayer gameplay, like, look how Napoleon has better graphics. Like, look how amazing this looks. So it says we immediately hold the advantage. As you can see, this is going to be an epic clash over here. You know, there's cavalry, there's shots going off. What units are in here? Dutch line infantry, and these are held by Dutch troops. They even got some Jaegers from Nasser or something. Anyway, so my battle is going to be against. Oh yeah, he had this when the Duke of Wellington was killed. So my battle, I'm moving my troops in position. My battle is going to be against King's German Legion Foot, some Brunswick line infantry. I don't know what nationality they are, but they're obviously under the British control. Foot guards and some more foot guards, and then they got units in the back. So I'm not gonna spoil what's gonna happen, but he made a mistake not garrisoning this house. He pulled his foot guards out, and they are right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my Chasseur's range to start picking these guys off on the hill. Now it's really bad because a lot of our shots are getting blocked by this hill here, but enough of them are sticking up. I'm actually doing some significant damage. As you can see, they've already lost 20 men in the first volley. And yeah, these guys are just reloading right now. I mean, I didn't see this part of the thing, so I kind of want to show this. So I think Paco, this is where Paco and the German guy were fighting. Look how many troops are in this building. And what sucks is they're both wearing kind of blue colors, so it's kind of hard to see. You can see my screen shaking, and it's looking pretty epic. And they've also got the Black Watch is in this vicinity, and they are very good in Empire. They're pretty good in Napoleon also. And the center is being held mainly, so I'm basically fighting this half of the army while the other half is coming over. And we got the Prussians coming from the back. It's got a Landwehr, some Musketeers, 6-pounder, and because they're reinforcing the British. So the British units seem to be, yeah, they seem to be wavering against the Fusiliers at the Paco Center, I believe. So I basically moved up. He moved his troops. As you can see, there's tons of British soldiers shot here, including this poor fellow right here. And then I decided to bring up Napoleon. So I want to show you him because I'm not sure all of you have seen, because some of my hadn't done a Napoleon commentary in a while. So here's Napoleon. He's wearing the gray trench coat that he was famous for. So there's the Emperor himself. And I put him right behind this ridge to protect him from artillery attacks. 1 horse got shot here. So I'm moving up my guys. They brought some light infantry units over. Now these are controlled by 2 players, I think. I know that 1 British player does not control that many troops. This is 3-on-3. So these are King's German Lightfoot, and they have the same stats as King's German Legion Lightfoot. They have the same stats as Lightfoot infantry. So they got the hill, and I'm noticing that my guys are not really returning fire. I think a ton of them are reloading right now and kind of shifting around. So I'm ordering, as you can see, press spacebar to show this. I'm moving my troops up in through the woods, and I know that I need to do a frontal charge uphill. This is going to be absolutely devastating on my troops because they're coming up a hill. But I'm going to see this epicness. So these guys are walking because I was kind of... I thought that was my general for a second, and I thought in real battle. So we've got our Grenadier troops here, and they're going to come for the cannons. So these guys are all running up the hill. I mean, I'm mainly using these guys. It's kind of mean, but I'm mainly using these guys to absorb the fire of the units. There's a little ridge here, so a lot of their bullets are falling into the ground here. It should have been right on this ridge. So here my guys come up. They come right over the ridge, and the British foot guards come meleeing in, and it's going to be a big battle. Meanwhile, these Grenadiers are sent all by themselves up here. They've lost tons of casualties, so I'm going to show them. They're going to throw their grenades or an attack on these guys. And then the British guy sends in Horse Guards and Earl of Oxbridge. Point blank, these guys fired. And meanwhile, grenades come in. My cav charges. This whole line is crazy with infantry units. We've got tons of Horse Guards in. These guys managed. I brought them out to the wing here to start trading some shots. These guys are withdrawing back. And yeah, my cavalry's getting stuck. I'm desperately trying to move my cavalry away from these artillery units to try to do a rear strike. And they're going to come in. These guys cannot form in the square correctly. And they're going to charge right in the backs of these British things. And then I knew I was going to win this section here, because the morale is really going to start to waver. And I lost my Grenadiers over here to the Duke of Wellington, who charged him, but he's already dead. That's just his... In the distance, my allies captured that. So I got my old guard here, and these old guard do not play very nice with British troops. Basically, these guys are also shooting down these King's German foot who already shot. And we had more units in these Fusiliers. We had 160, whereas they're 35. And they ran away charging at first. That was kind of funny. So yeah, I'm surprised, but these foot guards actually are holding out under enormous pressure. Then I charged Napoleon Bonaparte in to try to rat these guys. I brought Napoleon up to try to keep these Fusiliers in line, but they were the first guys who charged over, and they've taken massive casualties. So yeah, this yeah, so the British units finally are withdrawn. They've only got 15 Horse Guards. Meanwhile, the next struggles over here, where my old guard is actually down to 31 men. And they are taking on these foot guards. And I think they're going to rout, but these guys definitely fight to the last troops. So you can see here, he gave that to that British soldier there. And then, yeah, these guys routed. So basically reforming my army. Let's go and look on the right side of the battlefield, which I was not watching at all. Dave Garrison, look how many bodies there are there. It is littered with troops. This house was a major fighting thing. And so they're kind of... I was not aware of any of the struggle, but it looks like we got the musketeers. I think these land bear... Ah, these are the units. The Prussians sending reinforcements over to my... And that's why they're exhausted. That makes a lot of sense. So through this bloody engagement, I have taken the ridge from the Brits. So the center of the British army is now going to come over and try to knock me off. All I've got left are 122 Old Guard, and then we've got 98 Fusiliers, so my two healthy units. And when I stretch out these Fusiliers, they form a full line so they can all shoot. And they've got artillery coming in, so I'm going to use my carabiners and my remaining dragoons to try to get rid of that artillery threat, but it's not going to be very successful. And you know, my cannons, they're back here. Oh, I also have this cannon unit. These are artillery al cheval. Al cheval? Al cheval? And then these are our artillery, and we're shooting at the ridge there, and they're still targeting the Duke of Wellington. So this unit is in trouble because it's got 2 units. They outnumber me. They have 4 units. 2 foot guards who are relatively healthy. And so I tried to do a sneaky maneuver here and charge my cav in. But these guys didn't listen very much. I tried to pull them back out, but squares are so much more effective in this game than in Empire Total War. So what that did is that it made them not fire very effectively against these troops. and they're going to start giving it to this King's German Legion. Now these guys are just a millimeter outside my range. Our range is like right in front of them. So once they step up, he brought these guys unfortunately into the range of those troops. But I got Napoleon back here. I don't want him to get shot, so it's not looking too good. And then my cavalry got charged by the Duke of Wellington, and they're going to take care of him. These guys are absolutely devastating now. So the British troops came up, they didn't even shoot, and look how many got shot down right there. Well, actually, I think that was their own cannon blasted them. But definitely, we're shooting them down. Like, these guys will go from 102. I think I'm going to cook a fire order on them, and then these guys are going to...
Our men are running, sir.
Oh yeah, I charged my cavalry in the back of his Legion foot. Old Guard, come on. I'm bragging about you. You took on the British Army. Don't just stand there and die. So I got 102 men, and I've got 98. And they're encouraged, rallied by ability. And because I rallied these guys, trying to get them to shoot. Okay, now I reform them. There they go. Look at that. Beautiful. That brought the British down by 30 men, practically. And that really hurts the morale. And these guys also encourage this unit to fight hard. So they have a ton of troops here still left over. But any unit that gets within range of these guys is getting shredded. I mean, look, these guys are just... Honestly, the Old Guard are the best unit, so they can't take it. These guys are going to rout pretty soon because they're down. They're fighting. They have like 30 men left, 37 men left out of 160. That's horrible. We've got more units coming out, so this is the angle I was really focused on. So I'm going to withdraw these guys back, try to save them a little bit. And I definitely want units to be fighting my healthier Old Guard. Now, as you can see, not the best angle to hit these British troops, so I'm going to move them up to try to get them off the road, and they can start charging at these troops. And that's right when my Fusiliers broke, so that's not good. We've got 87 men against 111, 44, and these Landwehr. And so, I had a decision. I could turn my troops. Oh, another one of their generals died. The Prussian general. I could have turned my troops, but I'm just going to accept flanking fire from these Landwehr who do not have very good accuracy, and choose to take on these units. So now we're in a thin line of 83 men, and we're getting shot by the side. Oh, that sucks. But we're shooting these guys down. These guys have devastating accuracy. I think the Old Guard have like 60-70% accuracy. Probably like in the 60s. If you think about that, that's what? Like 30 shots go on target every volley. So these guys had a horrible morale. I mean, we got the general, the emperor here to fight for. And Marshal Ney. Here's Marshal Ney. I don't think we can... He's got his own unit. He's Napoleon's cavalry guy. So these guys routed with 73 men left. So I was gonna shoot out these guys, but I said they had way more guns than we did. So let's not melee charge them. So these guys are gonna say kind panic here. Oh, they said in the battle, kind panic, which is don't panic. And, someone got Miller or something. And my guys are absolutely gonna mop these people up. Like, legit. I don't know what these Landwehr were doing. They probably didn't know which way was, Prussia. But, yeah, I like Prussia's as a faction, but, these Old Guard just devastating. And then I sent Napoleon off to hunt down these guys because I did not want these guys coming back. So I basically took on the whole right and center of the British Army, and my allies were fighting with a ton of troops. So Marshal Ney is going to come in for a cav assault on these cannons. And I'm surprised that house isn't damaged. Only by 1% that cannon's been shooting at it. But yeah, it definitely wasn't for my allies taking on that right side. I definitely got the most kills in the battle too, so... Definitely the right side. My side was really bloody considering I only had like 6 units. And this house, look, there's so many bodies. And then that's where it ends. So as you can see, I was the Emperor Napoleon. Oh, I had the most men, so that could make sense. Most men, most kills. And I'm not sure which was which. But yeah, so I was Napoleon, and I had 700 kills, and I lost more men than I killed, but there was tons of those British troops. I had 100 men remaining in the battle, so... Anyway, this is called for my 221 sign. I hope you enjoyed this historical battle, and tell me if you want more Napoleon battles.